Welcome, warriors, to week 3. This is Coach Cindy. You may not have realized this, but you have already begun positive shifts within your outer physical body and inner core being. By simply doing what you've committed to do, you are developing success habits in how you eat, what you do. Your outer body shifts, and at the same time, by so doing, you are subconsciously telling your inner self you are a true warrior soul. This is your inner shift. There may be times when you slip, but you pick yourself up and get back on track. You live in integrity. You keep your word. You may not be perfect, but you are perfect in your efforts. 100%. Congratulations and well done. Now for our animal guide for the week. Core the lion. Core is spelled C-O-U-R and are the first 4 letters of the word courage. So, any guess what our warrior trait of the week is? Yes, you are so smart and absolutely correct. It's courage. Now, courage is not just the absence of fear. It is the mastery of fear. As Nelson Mandela said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man, and I add here woman, is not one who does not feel the fear, but who conquers that fear. So remember previously I mentioned that you will, throughout this warrior journey, at times come face to face with your inner self. You will have moments when you experience conflicts, challenges, and difficulties. There are bound to be times when we feel it's hard and when we get discouraged and not sure if we can keep going. So what do? Actually, be excited. Why? Why excited? Well, my warrior friend, here is your opportunity for the real you to emerge, to come forth. Have you ever seen a spider's web in the corner of a room? It looks as strong as the mightiest cable, doesn't it? Until you put strain on it. When we are tested, when we're under pressure, what we choose to do in those moments and in response will decide the results we get. We all know that. Well, these in our warrior journey are our individual moments of truth. When the going is tough, what will I choose when my going is tough? When I feel like giving up, when I feel like I can't do it or it's hard. It's my opportunity to discover what I'm truly capable of and to unleash the inner me, the real me, the powerful me. A lot of us, we forget, we don't even realize that powerful warrior soul is within us. So Core the Lion reminds us the power of courage. A lion, as you know, is known for its power, majesty, and strength. It's nicknamed the king of the jungle. It can run for short distances at great speed, at over 80 kilometers an hour, and leap as far as 11 meters. That's pretty amazing. A lion's roar, as we all know, is loud. This loud and terrible roar can be heard 8 kilometers away, and it stops us dead in our tracks and shakes us all up. In the realm of spirit animals, in ancient American Indian traditions, the lion wins the prize for being the most relentless figure in the face of challenges of life. The lion spirit animal represents courage and strength in overcoming difficulties. So as our going gets tough in our warrior program, we may be tempted to give up. There may be a negative voice in our minds that say, we can't do it. It's too hard. It's not worth it. This is not our true warrior voice. So don't listen to it. Turn it off. Or tell it to just shut up. Or turn down the volume. Instead, listen to your true inner voice, your warrior voice. The voice that tells you, you can do it. I recently watched the movie Unbroken. And if you haven't noticed by now, I do enjoy my movies. And I try to learn something good from it each time. This is a true story based on the life of Louis Zamperini, who was an American Olympic runner in the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin. When he was training with his older brother, in years before he was even an Olympic runner, and pushing his physical limits, Pete said to him, "If you can take it, you can make it. A moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory." A moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory. Tell yourself this and say to yourself, if I can take it, I can make it. Keep repeating this to yourself. You've already, I don't know if you realize, finished weeks 1 and 2. And by the end of this week, you would have completed week 3. And know what? You would have completed a quarter of the Warrior Challenge. 1/4 of the way. That's pretty amazing and fantastic. And at another week, by week 4, you would have completed 1/3 of the program, the challenge. Then at another 2 weeks, you're halfway through and halfway to victory. It's absolutely amazing and absolutely achievable. We know the results of this program. Those who make it to week 6 have over 90% chance of completing the program. So all you have to do now is make it to the next step. Complete week 3 and 4 and then 5 and 6. A week at a time. You can do it. Imagine yourself making it to week 6. Imagine yourself completing the Warrior Program. Feel yourself making it to week 6. Now live it. Be it. Louis Zamperini, the US Olympian I was talking about, survived tremendous odds and extreme physical difficulties and torture during World War I. He was a US Army Air Forces member and a bombardier in the B-24 Liberators in the Pacific Ocean. They had mechanical failures and their plane crashed. Only 3 of the 11 crew members survived. He and 2 others drifted at sea on a small raft for days with little water and food, and were even fired at several times by the enemy. Eventually, after being adrift at sea for 47 days, with only 1 other survivor left, Zamperini landed on the Japanese-occupied Marshall Islands. He was captured. He and his mate was captured, and they were taken to prison camp in Japan, where they were severely tortured. However, Zamperini's will to live was strong, was very strong. I bet he remembered why he wanted to survive. I bet he recalled images of his family, his mother. In fact, there were stories about him sharing beautiful Italian recipes and describing how his mother made pizza dough and bread. And now maybe I shouldn't be talking this because that's off our limits during the Warrior Program. However, he knew the power of imagination and he leveraged the power of his mind. And he remembered through those difficult and torturous times the words of his brother. A moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory. If you can take it, you can make it. So he eventually survived the war and returned home a hero. But that's not the end of the story. He actually had a greater struggle waiting him. The struggle to overcome nightmares that he had of his torturers and the horror he experienced at camp as a prisoner of war. Again, Zamperini triumphed. He chose to forgive. So, how do we overcome our fears? Firstly, remember your why. Why did you take on this challenge? If you absolutely want to achieve the results you seek, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Ask yourself what's in the way. Is it fear? What's the worst that you fear? What's the worst that can happen? What is it that I'm really afraid of? Is it that I fear I cannot do it? I won't know till I try. But what if I fail? So what if you fail? Remember, Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he managed to be successful at inventing the light bulb. And even when a reporter asked him how did it feel to fail 1,000 times, see, most of the world would focus on negative things. Edison replied, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. So, my warrior friend, week 3 is your next step. You have to push yourself to failure, as Coach Gary says, in order to build the muscle that you want, to be stronger and better. So failure is a necessary part of success. And there are 2 things in our life that will never return to us. One is time, the other is opportunity. Be excited and grab hold of the opportunity and be your true self. Remember, Pete, Louis' Zamperini's brother, said to him, if you can take it, you can make it. My warrior friend, now is your time and opportunity. Grab it and take hold of the moment. Live your moment of pain and tell yourself, there are no ifs here. I can take the pain and I can make it. I will take the pain and I will make it. So savor and enjoy your journey. Be excited at your pain and challenges. You are greater than you realize. You are a warrior. Roar like a lion. By the way, one of my favorite things to do is to listen to Katy Perry's song Roar as I work out. Better yet, work out with some friends and together roar like Core the lion. Savor your journey and we are with you all the way.